morning. Good morning. Hopefully I have a decent connection here. All right. Anywho, come on in. Hopefully you all can hear me. It's pretty early. Well, it's not that early, but depending on where you are, it may be even earlier. So come on in, grab your tea, grab your coffee, get the crust out the eyes, right? Stretch it out. Go stand outside if it's daytime for you. Get you some fresh air. Breathe it in. We're going to talk about something because there are people that are asking. It's a common question, but they're asking, what is the logic behind this? Why do karmics, low vibrationals, whatever you feel comfortable with calling these types of individuals, because essentially the label don't really matter. But for clarification and understanding, why does these karmics, dark witches and warlocks, narcissists, low vibrationals, why do they want, you guys see TF, twin flames, to betray each other? Like, if you guys notice a pattern, not just in one twin flame journey, like some of you may be starting to do your own due diligence in your research, like, it seems to be a trend. It seems to be some underlining commonality here. And why? Like, what do they get out of that? Because essentially, isn't it supposed to be just about whoever they're with, like stopping them from waking up, getting them stuck, feeding off of them, booty booty boo, right? So what's the point of all of their energy and resources being utilized to attempt to cause the twin flames to betray one another? Okay, so we're going to talk about why. And once I tell you guys this in its most simplest form, y'all going to be like, oh. Okay, so first and foremost, the part that we don't really want to understand and accept in the beginning of this thing is that any karmics that are in our lives, they don't really like you. They never really have. Okay? They don't really like you. They never really have. They don't love you, okay, the way you think. So the reason why it's hard to understand is because that's the first barrier. Because usually these people have been some form of support system. They've paid bills. They've taken care of children. All of these 3D things. And so we have a defense. We can't see it. We can't even perceive of it. Okay, so that's why y'all, you get bamboozled. Okay, because these be motherfuckers you grew up with. Okay, this be the baby daddy, the baby mama, the one that whoop. Okay, seemingly seem to bend over backwards for you. So since karmics, they never really loved you. Now we're talking about the hard wire, and I know this is a little bit esoteric, but the hard wire, that subconscious programming, that some of them become aware of it, depending on what they tap into, but a lot of them aren't. Okay, that hard wire that they came here destroy the twin flames. Not just one of the twins. Destroy the twin flames. And usually there's been some type of karmic history in other lifetimes as well connected to it. Okay? But the only way you can get in is by appearing to be someone that's a fan. Someone that's, woo-de-woo. So the mission and goal is destroy the twin flames. Not the twin flames. It's like, if you will, killing two birds with one stone. You get to, they attempt to cause the twins to betray themselves because you kill two birds with one stone. And it's the ultimate betrayal because, see, what ends up happening is, like, they get to get their jollies and their itch because it's a deep-rooted hate and a disdain that they have. And so if they can manage to get the counterparts to betray one another, then they get the hurt that whoever falls for betraying, whoever bites it, okay? They get the added benefit, bitch. They get the added benefit of causing that particular counterpart to rack up karma, which is extra. That's an extra, like icing. It's icing on the cake. It's extra, bitch. Okay? It's like, not only did they get them to betray one another, not only did they get, to interrupt, now this divine counterpart will suffer some kind of judgment. Okay? Because we all live by the decisions we make. And these karmics are fully aware of the laws of the universe on some level. They're aware, okay? But it's also intended to put an extra knife. It's like I said, into the destruction of the connection, right? Because it's one thing for something just to not work, not come together, even as it pertains to the twins. Twins deciding to just go on other paths and, whatever, but it's relatively balanced as long as twins don't violate each other, okay? And that's like the gist of it. When they don't violate each other and, hold a certain standard, no matter what directions in life they go, it kind of keeps them out of the hot seat pertaining to one another. As long as they go on their journeys, healing and ascending, which is the main goal and purpose of the twins, right? But I'm trying to give y'all them secret keys, yo. This is why they do it. So this is why I tell people, pay attention. You want to know what divine energy look like, simplify a lot of shit, because karmics are usually advocating, and they'll do it in sophisticated ways. They're trying to advocate and coerce individuals to do fucked up shit. And that's the number one sign that, Eureka. This is an attempt it's an attempt to betray. Why do they want me to betray this person so bad? See, I had to start looking at that stuff too. If we don't become thinkers, like, why, something wrong with that. I did a little short earlier this morning or last night that talks in simple terms about if you're questioning what love energy looks like versus something else. A divine person, and we're not saying people are perfect. You guys, by now you should know why I'm using these terms. But divine energy, okay? Divine energy is not going to, first and foremost, ask you to do harm to another life. Okay? Whether they like this person or not, whether they agree with who this person is or not, whether they share the same beliefs with this other person or not, whether they know much or not, or whatever, they're not going to ask you. They're not, you guys, they're not going to ask you to do harm. That's a number one red flag. They're not going to ask you to steal. They're not going to ask you to do anything sneaky, shysty, shady. Okay? To a person. Number one. Also, as you're moving forward in life and, you're trying to grow as a person and you're getting friends or you're getting to know someone, even your own kinfolk, they're not going to, if they're not karmic in nature, they're not going to ask you to do anything unsavory towards another human being. They're not going to feel threatened. If something comes up and you say, hey, I'm feeling some kind of way, I feel guided, I really didn't do this right. You know what I'm saying? I really would feel better if I can just get this off my chest or at least attempt to. And, it's all good. A karmic energy, okay, is not going to try to manipulate you differently. They're not going to get into a thither. They're not going to go into a jealous rage. They're not going to try to basically manipulate and convince you out of it. Okay? These are testers you can use in life. And it's to help us to recognize what's really going on versus what it appears to be. See, to get a counterpart to betray the twin, violating their own contract, betraying, it serves them in hurting you. Because whether you're believing it or not, like I said, they don't like you, they don't love you, and they never have. So it serves in hurting you and your counterpart at the same time. Destroy the twin flames. So they play twins against one another. This is why there's always chaos and conflict surrounding these journeys, especially as the twins are trying to go through their own initial awakenings. Because when twins are asleep, when they haven't gone through their ascension, when they haven't started dealing with things, they're easily hacked just like everybody else. Okay? And those woundings are triggered and all of that. So this is why they always trying to get a twin to kill a twin. It's always, I'm telling y'all, it's always the case. They do weirdy shit. They'll lie or whatever they got to do to try to get in the heart of the mind of the counterpart to convince them that the other one is doing some fucked up shit so that they can get them to kill their own counterpart so that they can, boom, a double whammy. So they can get the goal of the death, but also to put some karma on the counterpart. Because, people going to figure this shit out eventually. Because the counterparts are going to suffer greater ramification for betraying each other. Right? So the karmic, some of you guys may say, man, that ain't fair because, if they're behind it, okay, absolutely. Know that the karmics do, I promise you, they do get their just shit they got coming. Okay, all of this is seen, all of this is evaluated, all of these hidden things, okay? So they do get the level of severity that warrants their conduct. So they're watched, okay? I promise. In the end of things, this is how it unfolds. But this is why you guys hear me and people like me push very hard, not so much for, union, not so much for 3D union the way people think. If that happens, then it happens. But you all hear people like me push hard for healing or ascension. Because until this really happens, the counterparts can't see straight. They're easily manipulated. They go from one karmic situation to the next. They go from one karmic hole to the next. They stay under constant spell work because their Achilles heel is constantly being targeted. So even when a counterpart happens to maybe escape from one karmic hole, if they're not intentionally going on a soul's journey, they're just skipping because them ops are bringing them. The dark witches are sending them ops are bringing them. So they'll just get out of one and here they go. Here we go, bitch. Here's the next hole. You know what I'm saying? Or the next motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So we push this in a way, or we advocate it, or we encourage rather. Man, get to a place of maturity and getting priorities in order and get over this incessant lustfulness in this 3D. Because it's what's going to trap you and keep you stuck. Whether this be obsession over money, obsession over clout, obsession over, because everybody's bent is different. Not everybody's sex addicts, okay? But if you're a sex addict, well, I don't need to say nothing else on that. But they're going to keep at it. They're going to keep sending lust. They're going to keep sending the so-called just right motherfuckers. And you got to start catching a clue, because it's an attempt so that you never fucking see straight. You end up betraying your own life, missing the whole point, stuck one shit show after the next, one loss after the next. So, if you guys haven't noticed, the surrounding energies of twin flames is always chaos and conflict. Rumors. Look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. Something. It's always that in these, I'm telling y'all. It's always secrecy, rumors, fake evidence, bitch. Bounty hunters, motherfuckers paid to say shit, motherfuckers paid to create shit. You know what I'm saying? You always have this weirdo kind of energy, unlike any other dynamic. If you're honest and you sit back and you look at it, you look at your life, and you go, oh, this is interesting. Like nothing else, dude. They try to get twins to fight each other, even energetically. See, it's not just, on the 3D necessarily, but they try in every way. Because the goal is cause the twin flames to betray one another, because that's basically violating their whole point, their whole journey, their whole contract. Right? This is why that shiesty, shitty, nasty shit that some of y'all have experienced when it comes to kinfolk being involved, this was why. Okay? To amplify the weight of the betrayal. Okay? Because it's one thing for a counterpart, a twin, just to, be sleep and, be a jerk or, whatever. And they just go some rando Josephine Schmo bitch. Whoop. You know what I'm saying? That still has its penalty. But to add, it's like, let's bring in the super sluts. Okay? Let's bring I'm sorry. It's the truth. Shit. It's the truth. Let's bring in the kinfolk bitch. Play on the other counterparts' immaturity. Play on their wounded ego. Play on that. Get them fucked up, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And then, we don't be seeing that. We be too busy. I'm trying to help y'all out there. We be too busy on some other shit. Thinking like, ooh, bitch, nah, you finna go down slowly. This whole shit was designed. It was a whole plan, bitch. So, and then when the counterparts go through their separations, it's supposed to be, it's meant for ascension, actually. So, twins, once they meet, okay, there's something that happens energetically with that process. It's a purpose for that. Okay? Then, something's usually going to go down, bitch. Y'all should research this shit for yourself. Okay? Then there's going to be some separations. Ideally, in these separations, they're learning lessons. Both. Learning lessons, growing up, waking up, healing, transforming, whoop, you know what I'm saying? And ideally in that separation, they're getting woke, and so they're no longer attacking the other. They no longer, will have a vendetta. They no longer are, operating from their wounded ego. It's like, ooh, this motherfucker and shit, bitch. And you know what I'm saying? It's like they get over that, or they take like ownership, especially if the person, whoever was kind of more leaning into the wrong of some situation, okay? They take ownership and they be like, okay, woo. But if you're not doing your healing journey, you're just collecting karmics. I'm just gonna keep it 100, and I don't care what arena they're in. I don't care how sweet they seem. I don't care, because see, it's a point. The karmics serve on twin flame journeys to face our own shadow, to face our own fears, to face our own wounded inner child. That's the point of them. To learn lessons, to close it out and ascend, because that's what we ought to be doing on this earth, on this planet, on this journey, to get us there. Now, karmics don't like the release because a lot of them, depending on their severity, the level of their mental illness, and what they've played with, okay? Especially for the ones that tapped into the weird nigga bitch shit, okay? In other words, they believe in doing spells on motherfuckers and whoa, you know what I'm saying? They believe in killing people and shit. Like, it just depends on the level of they fucked upness, okay? But see, because they're not doing their part, because they have reasons. They, believe it or not, they're supposed to be learning something too, okay? Believe it or not. Believe it or not. But because most of them get stuck, they can't handle the shift. They want to glue people to them, and because of that, they fight. Okay? There's the resistance. They fight tooth and nail. Behind the scene, in front of the scenes, up, down, all around, what, you know what I'm saying? They fight it. So for them, they create more bad karma for themselves, which gets them stuck in their own perspective loop. Okay? Because they can't handle the part where the universe, the higher selves, or the counterparts has brought that world card in, that death and that world card in. Okay? And tarot. Like, okay, bitch. Served. It's time to go deal with your own perspective inner child woundings as to why you have to resort to spell work, as to why you fought so hard, tooth and nail, to hang on to somebody or to cause someone to betray someone. It's time for you to see what's going on in your own soul. Deal with your traumas, deal with your things, and whoop-de-whoop. Okay? But they don't like that. Now, I'm just sharing all this for those of you to help you to make sense of, in this 3D, why. Like, because some of y'all scratch your head like, who does that? Like, who do that? Am I being punked? On TV and shit, bitch, the show. But this is why. This is ancient. It's ancient. And since we have forgotten, and a lot of us, depending on our bents and our programmings that we have been fashioned into for so long, okay? So then we be like, oh, that's some crazy shit. I don't believe in that, bitch. Nah, bitch. Okay. It believes in you, motherfucker. This is why the shit is going away. This is why, bitch. Woo. So this is why I tell people, I'm like, look, y'all know me. Y'all can come to me, but I'm going to say, please set intentions. Do your own due diligence. Please, you have to challenge yourself. Set intentions to expand your own mind. Otherwise, you just deal with that subconscious so you can break the rigidity within yourself pertaining to this type of stuff. But if you all want to think of the art of war, in anything in life, ideally get people to betray one another. I heard a young lady do a little short video today. She was telling a story about a story that her mother told her when she was growing up. And she mentioned something about how this insidious cause, chaos, and conflict starts. So she gave the animal kingdom, right? The lion being the king of the jungle, right? And then I think she said something about how, okay, some of the other animals got together and went to the elephant and said, you ought to be the king of the jungle because you're bigger and you really ought to be the king of the jungle instead of the lion. And the elephant was like, nah, they resisted it like, no, I'm cool. I'm good at what, I'm good. Well, but they persisted. They kept persisting. Like, no, you're wonderful. You should be the king of the jungle. And we're going to do this. And we're going to support you in becoming the king of the jungle because you're bigger than the lion. You really ought to be the one. Okay? And then these very same animals go to the lion. And then tell the lion, did you know that the elephant is trying to take over? That they're now trying to become the king of the jungle. You see how insidious this is? They're now trying to become the king of the jungle. Did you know that? And we're going to support you and fight for you and with you to maintain your position as king of the jungle. So what are they sowing into the minds of the lion and the king of the elephant? What are they doing? But it doesn't look like it on the surface, right? But what are they really doing? They're causing a rift. They're causing a fight in a very passive aggressive, cowardly, kind of slick, snake, slithery, shisty, shitty, you know what I'm saying? Under the cuff, disguise kind of way. This is what dark witches and warlocks do, by the way. Just thought I'd share that. But do you see how it don't look like that on the surface? On the surface, it looked like the group of animals trying to support both. This is why we got to get past this kind of shit too, because otherwise you'll continue to believe the hype. Got to learn how to read energy and discern and use intuition. They were causing a rift, an unnecessary one at that. The elephant, you know what I'm saying, was fine on whatever his role is, bitch. So was the lion. But disgruntled groups, if you will, in the animal kingdom, low vibrational motherfuckers, empty, gutless, heartless, spineless motherfuckers. So let's do this, bitch. Okay? And we have to look at, human nature to a degree in the same way. And as it pertains to these twin flame journeys, certainly, it's in a subtle way. They're sowing seeds. Oh, I heard they a hoe. Then they get the groups in the community, the other weak ones, to join in. Like, let's do this so we can take this, so we can take this person down and we can, we can receive the benefits and we can replace bitch. So they get 5, 10 other motherfuckers to co-sign. Okay? Then they fashion false evidence such as creating fake platforms and profiles under people's name and information and pictures and data. And since a lot of us aren't using our intelligence, we buy it. They be like, see this, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, ain't this that picture of them, bitch? Ain't this they profile, bitch? Like, we can't all make any kind of platform we want or profile we want and can use any pictures and information we want, even if it's not our own. So this is the kind of shit, yo, that they do while pretending to help you, though. Just like the story, okay? I just care about you. I just don't want to see you, in a situation where, motherfucker, just whoring around. You mess around, whoop, you know, or they'll, you know what I'm saying? They'll come say some other shit. I heard that they're a dark witch, okay? And they be the ones, usually be the dark. Oh, shit. They've been doing spells on your ass since 2010 and shit, bitch. But they be like, you know, I heard, you know what I'm saying? She's in, oh my God. She's into the tarot. Oh, shit. That's of the devil. You're not supposed to do that. We can kill people, but you're not supposed to do that, though. Oh, the ignorance. They ain't saying that they've been getting readings on you, bitch, since 2010. They're not revealing that. But see, this is the way, y'all. They do it. They're sowing their seeds. I heard. And then the added kicker, especially for those of us who come from karmic bloodlines, karmic family. Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, hold on. It's not on. Ooh, child. What the hell? There we go. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. It went red, so y'all probably didn't hear me. So, oops. Sorry. So, start asking questions. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget an experience I had with, and this has been a while ago, but it's just reminding me about like subtle energies that we don't always connect the dots at first. But I'll never forget, God, has it been that long? Yeah, it's been a while. But this is one of the times I was, the last time that I was with Divine Masculine. I was at his house. I was hanging out, or I came over, or some shit, bitch. Whoa, bitch. Okay. I came over after work, and he was hanging out with one of his friends. We had already, been texting each other and so forth as I was getting off of work. And he was hanging out with one of his friends. One of the friends that I swear to God, that person was on his helmet mode and I was. That's an issue, but I digress. So he was hanging out with one of his friends, yo. I pulled up. I was like, hey, y'all got some snacks, bitch? Or some shit, because they were supposed to either be barbecuing, bitch, or some shit. So I was like, And I remember I pulled up and, I was like, hey, I got out and I waved, but I'm always pleasant, believe it or not. See, this is why I say y'all got to get with it. You know what I'm saying? I was always a pleasant, like I didn't come off like, I wasn't rolling my head, stomping and like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't even like that. I was pleasant, smiling, waving. And this particular friend was acting all weird. And I'm like, why they being weird, bitch? I'm like, I know I'm nice. I'm like, I'm nice. I didn't have any weird expressions on my face or anything. Divine Masculine said, once, he had got out the car, his friend, and came and sat in the car and we started talking. He said, he's drunk or whatever. I'm like, but what does that have to do with, And he kind of like pulled off. The friend pulled off in a weird way. You know how when people pull off, like either they're angry or they're in a hurry or just in a weird way. And I'm like, well, what's that about, bitch? Okay. And, and I can recall just different little incidences pertaining to this particular person. They're one that wanted Divine Masculine stuck. They're just one of many karmics, okay? And they didn't like me. And they try to keep masculine good and plenty busy with fuckery, I promise. So, but all that subtlety. So things that these people were saying to masculine that I'm fully aware of now. Okay? It's like we have to start catching up to this type of stuff. Like, why does somebody have a problem with somebody that they don't even fucking know? Especially in the cases where they don't know the other person. That's your number one red flag right there. Okay? And then, like, using shit like, because I'm sure masculine was sharing with people that I was unique. Right? But what I find collective, and see, this is where I'm going with the grow up shit. Y'all hear me say the grow up, the fascinating. People be on some bullshit. Because I'm telling y'all, they be talking about they sign and they this and that, but then they hear terrible, like, oh, we don't believe in that. Right? Then these be the same people hoeing, drinking, stealing, killing. That's why I laugh. I make these jokes because I'm like, oh, we don't believe in that, but we believe in killing, bitch. We believe in beating up motherfuckers. We believe in that. We do believe in fraud, and we believe in stealing people's money, bitch. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on. Ooh, that's of the devil. I'm like, come on, folks, wake up. Get the crust out your eyes, bitch. Is killing above the devil, bitch? You know what I'm saying? It's trying to motherfuckers. Like, it's trying. Yeah, come on, motherfuckers. We be too dazed out. Is stealing from disabled people of the devil, or is it not? Like, is it? See all these people's pretension, fake shit. In fact, the way they met you was fucked up, and then they want to say, we don't believe. Ooh. If we don't start seeing shit, like listening, it's like really paying attention. It's like, yeah, but they the drug dealer though. Wait a minute. I'm sure it ain't cool to be killing people. I'm sure there's an issue with poisoning people. I'm sorry if that's offensive, but I'm sure that we ain't supposed to be hiding people's money and properties. I'm sure that ain't something you finna get no gold star for. Trying to coerce somebody into some lasciviousness, bitch. Debauchery, bitch. Coercing people to be fast and loose. I'm sure I'm almost absolutely certain that that's not considered oh shit, impersonating others without them knowing that, in an attempt to fuck up their reputation, and an attempt to steal. I'm sure you don't get a gold star for that. Being mad because somebody don't want you no more, and then getting some motherfuckers that's ignorant to do ignorant shit that they gonna pay for. I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? That's like, we have to get to that place. Somebody's laughing at me, huh? Somebody says beautiful sight. Oh, thank you. I'm like, I'm already clowning, right? Yeah, I wanted to bring you guys outside. You guys probably hear kids. But I wanted to bring y'all outside, some green, and because I spent a lot of time indoors with y'all. So I like to sometime bring y'all outside with me. But I know I'm digressing and kind of just spitting out information here and there, but hopefully you all are grabbing what you need, understanding that this is some old ancient stuff, and there's a reason, and it's a reason for why they do this. Okay? They're always attempting to wind down the clock. They're always attempting to keep people stuck and stagnated in karmic cycles with them. Why? Because they want individuals to what? Just play with it. They want individuals to absorb some of their karma. I promise you. Because if they can get you to do fucked up shit, if they can get you to, if they could puppeteer you, mind fuck you, mind control you, mental magic you, to do fucked up shit, okay, then they can get you to have to absorb some karma. They can still energy harvest. If they can convince you to stay connected, in other words, keep you in a state of being unable to cut off and end the connection cycles. If they can keep you there, they can keep you stagnated, and they can keep you absorbing the karma. At least some of it, which is serving them. Because believe it or not, these people want to torture you. They want you to be their performance monkey. They want to suck you dry, pun intended, and then spit out the bones and then walk off into your benefits or whatever it is they think they're going to get. Okay? So the hardest thing to overcome is coming to the realization that there was never love, because they themselves are loveless. They themselves have refused their journey, their process. They don't operate in love. They don't love themselves, so they don't love you. I promise you that. They never have. They could be obsessed. Now, see, we got to learn the difference. We have classified love in some very unique ways. Because somebody's obsessed with you, because somebody's calling you, because somebody's stalking you, because somebody's basically buying you off. We have classified that as love. They must love me. They took me to the doctor. They must love me. They bought my kid an Xbox. They must love me. You know what I'm saying? No. Some people want to stay the fuck attached to your life. Because have you ever wondered what happens when you feel like, when you get ready, if that's what you're feeling guided to release a connection? And what starts to happen with these very same people? They have studied you. If you're legit on a twin flame journey, and not everybody is, let me say that too. But if you are a legit on this kind of journey, I promise you, they have known about who you are before you. I promise you this. They have gotten readings. They have done a whole lot of shit. They did ritual work. They knew who you were before you even started the ascension. Okay? Especially your kinfolk That's karmic, and your kinfolk that dabble in that weird nigga bitch shit. Okay? They knew. And they go about to the public acting like they're dumb and clueless. But that is the great disguise. So if these people knew, it helps you to make sense of what's with this obsession. Okay? It's usually people who are, if you pay attention, very materialistic, very shallow, superficial, people who refuse any type of real soul healing if you pay close attention. Pay close attention. I'm not talking about people, because see, if you look at shit from the external perspective, oh, they have a job, they've been in a job for 40 years, oh, they ascribe or subscribe to a religion and they pay a tithe. Like, if you look there, you still may get tricked. I'm talking about pay close attention to these people's conduct. Their vibration, their frequency, the secrets, especially if you get close to them. That's going to give you the reveal about who they really are, okay? Versus the persona. And these are people, I promise you, they keep bucking it. So they are triggered by those who go on the journey, okay? And starts to benefit. So, but they push theirs away. They push it away. Nuh-uh. I'll just cast a spell, bitch. I don't need to do no journey. I don't need to do no healing. I don't need to do no ascension. I don't need to deal with no inner child wound. In fact, most of them are in denial about that. I don't have no inner child wound. I don't need to, I don't need to this, I don't need to that. I'll just cast a weird nigga bitch spell, bitch. I'll just go steal motherfucker shit, bitch. I'll just do a get quick rich scheme, bitch. I'll just focus all my time, money, and energy and resources on how am I going to manipulate a motherfucker today to get my way. I don't have to do no soul healing. I don't got to be a decent person. I ain't got to be a decent person. Why should I be a decent person when I can cast a spell, bitch? Integrity? Why I gotta have integrity in 2022? When all I gotta do is cast a spell, get a group of people to steal for me. And as we start paying attention to that, it's gonna make things a lot simpler for you to figure out.